Yes.
Hey, were you able to see the results of the voting I had you guys do?
Yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to know if you guys can see it. Okay, so remember on this, we have here the X, right? We call that the input, right? You plug in a number there and then you solve, and then the Y is the output. Remember that. That's review. I don't know if you need to write that down again or not, but just review. So this is just regular notation. When we have something called function notation, write it here. It's just another way of writing this. Function notation would look like this. Instead of y equals 2x plus 3, we can say f of x equals 2x plus 3. So y equals 2x plus 3. We say f of x. And that's the way we say it. It's like f parentheses x. It's not f times x. It's just a way we say it. It's the way we say this is f of x equals 2x plus 3. Okay? This is called function notation. Now, I can even do, you can have potentially another equation. So I say y equals x squared. Well, if you have another equation, then you'd label it another letter. Instead of f of x, we can call it you just give it another name. And usually, if we don't do f, we do g. G of x equals x squared. These are the same, except I put a g of x there. These are the same as I put an f of x, right? I could call this f of x if I want to, but I already named this one f of x. You can do h of x, k of x, but usually it has like g parentheses x or f parentheses for function notation. This is function notation right here. Now, why do we do function notation? Well, a couple things. First of all, we can label our graphs these letters. So if I have a graph and it looks like that, and I have f of x equals 2x plus 3, and it looks like this, I can draw a line, and I can label that line. I can write the letter f of x right next to the line. And then you know, oh, that graph, oops, let me write it here. That graph goes with this function because it has f of x. And then with the g of x, I can do another graph. So I have this here. I have another graph that represents my x squared, and I can label g of x. You see that there? And since this has g of x next to it, you know, oh, this goes with that equation. This goes with that equation, right? What it's labeled. The other thing we use function notation with is I can go like f of x equals 2x plus 3. And what I can do is instead of writing f of x, okay, let's see. All right. Are you guys writing this down? Just making sure you're writing this down. Okay. Let's see. I ask. Andy, are you writing this down?
Yeah.
All right. Antonio, are you writing this down?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So instead of saying f of x equals 2x plus 3, I can write down, watch what I'm doing here, f of 5. Instead of an x, I can put a 5 in there and say f of 5. Function notation lets us do that. What is that telling me to do? This is telling me I had an x here. It tells me to replace my x with 5. So instead of saying 2x plus 3, I want to plug it in and say, instead of x, you put a 5 there. And we say 2 times 5 plus 3. So say f of 5. 2 times 5 is 10, plus 3 is 13. So I would say f of 5 equals 13. That means when I plug in 5 into my equation, it equals 13. So that's another thing. Function notation lets us plug in a number here and tells us what to plug in for x. Okay, let's get started on the homework. Are there any questions? Okay, before I get started, I'm going to ask you guys some questions. Crystal Magallanes.
Yeah.
Tell me what you learned about function notation just now.
Um.
Anything that I showed you. Stay there, Crystal. I'm going to ask someone else, and I'll go back to you, okay? Or do you have something to say, Crystal? Crystal?
It's lagging
What's that? Crystal, I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
a lot.
Okay, hang on, Crystal. I'm going to get back to you, okay? Edgar Mejia, tell me what you learned about function notation. Anything.
Function notation.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, did you see anything that I said?
A bit.
You didn't see it?
No, not that much.
Oh, what happened?
I end up going to the bathroom.
Oh, okay. Stay there. Okay. Let's see. Edith, tell me what you learned about. Tell Edgar and Crystal what you learned about function notation. They're having a hard time. Edith, are you there? Edith, are you okay?
Yes.
Oh, there you
Yes.
are. Okay, I could. Hey, tell me what you learned about function notation.
Any letter can go in front of the X in the parentheses.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Edith. Oh my gosh, I was about to feel like the worst teacher at Oxnard High School, like the worst one. Natalia,
Yeah.
did I think I marked you absent. Did you call, were you here when I called roll? I can't remember.
No, I went to the kitchen.
Did you learn anything about function notation, or am I the worst? Edith, what happened to you? You're gone. Edith. Edith, are you there? Wait, oh my gosh. Are you okay, Edith? You disappeared. Oh my gosh.
My computer's
You okay,
lagging.
Edith? Oh my gosh. How many people have computer lagging? Don't lag, computer. Don't lag. Okay, Talia.
Yeah.
Hey, what did you learn about function notation?
I learned how to solve a problem when you explained it.
I explained it. Okay, that's cool. Anyway, you guys have the worst teacher right now. So, because nobody understands. Remember, function notation, you can replace y with f of x or y with g of x, and then you can plug it in. And we can also label our graphs with that. How do I pronounce this right here? How do I pronounce that? That f parentheses x. Leilani Mendoza, how do I pronounce that?
You pronounce it as f of x.
Oh, thank goodness. Oh my gosh. I was feeling like the worst teacher ever. Okay. Edith is still there. Crystal Magallanes, are you there? Oh my gosh, are you okay? Crystal Magallanes. Crystal. Oh shoot. Probably lagging. Is your Crystal, are you there? Can you hear me, Crystal? It's lagging. I knew it. Lagging computers. You look like, Crystal, you look like you're somewhere else, probably away from Wi-Fi or something. That's probably why it's lagging. Okay, let's get started on this assignment. 1 through 17 odd. Okay, let's nail this thing out here. Where'd it go? Okay, number 1. When you write function notation, y equals 2x plus 10, as f of x equals 2x plus 10, you are using, okay, number 1, just write this. What are we using? We're using, it's called function notation. Okay, so that's number 1. Let's go on 3. Let's go on 3. Here we go. What was the answer to number 1? Quinlan, what was the answer to number 1? Quinlan, are you there?
Oh, I was like,
What was the answer to
Number
number 1? Yeah.
1 second. Just
Did you see what I wrote?
that looks like I can't read that.
What? Are you saying I have bad handwriting? Because guess what? You're right. Quinlan, can you read this?
Yeah.
Okay. Number 1, when you write function as y equals 2x plus 10 as f of x equals 2x plus 10, what do we call that when I write it like this? Starts with, I'll give you a hint. It starts with an F and rhymes with junction notation. Starts with an F and rhymes with junction notation.
Function notation.
Yes! Oh my gosh, Quinlan, you're so smart. Okay, let's look at number 3. It tells us to plug in -2, 0, and 5 for f of x. Okay, so let's do -2. Everyone doing this with me? So right down here, let's do -2 first. I'm going to do it in orange. So what this is telling me is to go, so this is on your test. F of, instead of x, we plug in -2. Instead of x plus 6, we do -2 plus 6. So what is f of -2? What's -2 plus 6? You just add those. What's -2 plus 6? Perfect time to ask someone. Let's go with Octavio. What's -2 plus 6?
-2 plus 6 is 4.
There you go. That's the answer. F of -2 is -4. You guys all write that down? Okay. So then now let's do 0. Okay, so let's say f of 0 equals 0 plus 6. Okay. So what is my, so I plug in 0 for x. That's what it's telling me to do. What is 0 plus 6? Let's go with Noel. What is 0 plus 6? Noel, are you there?
What happened?
That's it. What's this? 0 plus 6. What is it?
It's 6.
There you go. F of 0 is 6. That's all it's asking us to do. You guys try to pay attention because this is kind of simple stuff. So now let's see. You guys do f of 5. I'm going to call on you. You say, hey, I'm going to say, what is f of 5? Okay, so if you're not paying attention, this will be hard. If you're paying attention, this will be easy. What is f of 5? I'll give you 30 seconds to solve it, right? Wait, where am I? Let's go here. F of 5, right? That means I plug in 5 for my x. Okay, I can do it in my head. You should be able to do it in your head. If you're paying attention, you could. If you weren't, I have a feeling, if you can't get it, I have a feeling you're not paying attention. I know it's hard to pay attention from the screen. It's only period 2. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to call on someone. Get ready. Get ready. Here we go. You guys have your answer? Another 10 seconds. What is f of 5? That's a test question. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nicholas, what'd you get? Please, Nicholas. Please,
11.
Nicholas. Please. What?
11.
Yes. Oh, look, Nicholas, God bless you. Thank you so much. This thing, instead of x plus 6, we do 5 plus 6, and 5 plus 6 is 11. Very good. So that's how you do that. That's number 3. Okay, raise your hand if you got 11 for number 3. Raise your hand. Okay, everyone raise their hand. All right, very good. Okay, let's go to, hang on. That was 3. Let's do, should I do 5 or should I move on? I feel like I should move on. I'll do 1 for 5. Now it says h of x equals negative 2x plus 9. So you want x equals negative 2, 0, and 5. Okay, so here's what I want you guys to do this one on your own, then I'm going to move on. H of negative 2. Okay, so h of x is this right here, negative 2x plus 9. What is h of negative 2? I'm going to do the first step for you guys, and then we'll do the second one. So negative 2, instead of x, we put in negative 2. Okay, so go ahead and solve that. Go ahead and solve that. Okay, I'm going to call on one of you in like 15 seconds. Woo! Holy moly. Okay, here we go. F of h of negative 2. Remember that instead of f of negative 2, it's called h of negative 2. Here we go. Let's go with Leah Tolley. What'd you get?
H of negative 2 is 13.
Very good, because we say negative 2 times 2 is 4, plus 9. 4 plus 9 is 13. Okay, let's do one more. I don't know, should we do one more of those, or should I? This is 5. Let's do h of 0. Okay, do h of 0. Remember, for this equation, h of 0. I'm not even going to plug it in for you guys. See if you can get h of 0. What is h of 0? I'll give you guys 30 seconds to solve it. H of 0. What is h of 0? Okay, I'm going to plug it. Those of you who are stuck, remember this tells me to plug in 0 for x. Okay, so if you didn't get that, I have that written out for you. Okay, I'm going to answer. Are there any questions before I call on you? Okay. Going once. Going twice. Okay. Elias Ortega. Elias. Oh. Can you hear me?
No?
Yeah, there you are. What'd you get for this, Elias?
Oh, I have no idea how to do this.
Elias, let me ask you something. This means multiplication, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what's negative 2 times 0?
0.
Okay. Okay, Elias, got another question, right? This becomes 0, right?
Yeah.
What's 0 plus 9?
9.
There you go. You did it, homie. H of 0 is 9. Very good. Okay, raise your hand if you got h of 0 is 9. Raise your hand for me so I can see it. Raise it high. All right, nice. Okay, we're moving on. So that was 5, 7. I think you could do the rest on your. If you guys want to do more on those, you can. Let's move on to 11 here. Let C of T be the number of customers in restaurants T hours after 8 a.m. Explain the meaning of each statement. Okay. Let C of T be the number of customers in a restaurant in T hours. T hours after 8 a.m. Okay. So what does that mean? Okay, so let's think about this. Okay, number 11 here. So we have here, I should write it. We have here C of t. And this t is hours, is what they're saying. Okay? Now, after you, so like you have a restaurant, after an hour, you can have so many customers, right? And after a certain amount of time, you have, right? Let me ask you this. If you have a restaurant, right? Let's see, let's go with Edith.
Yes.
Hey, Edith, you're in a restaurant. Now, the longer you open the restaurant, do you think you're going to have more customers or less customers? Like total, the longer it's open.
Well, more.
Yeah, you'll have more the more it's open, right? And Devin.
Yeah.
So, do you think the time of the restaurant that it's open, do you think you have certain amount of people at certain times? You have more one time and more in the other? When would you
Yes.
have the most? When would you have the most people in the restaurant?
Probably lunch.
Lunch, yeah, or dinner, right? Or if it's a breakfast restaurant, right? So depending on the time will determine how many customers that you have. So if you look at this here, so as time goes on, that'll tell us the customers that we have. And how do they have this written out? Hang on. They have it written out as, so anyway, so what, and then after we solve that, we can get the number of customers. So this time, as at a certain time, like the restaurant's been open for 2 hours, you can get a certain amount of customers after 4 hours. So if the time is 0, the restaurant hasn't been open, what does this mean about the customers? And does that make sense? It's been open for 0 hours, and I have how many customers here? Okay, let's go with, they're wanting what that means, right? Let's go with, hang on. Let's go with Angelina Liu. What is it? So
Yeah.
this is asking, what does this mean? 0 time. And what does this 0 mean here, Angelina Liu?
It means there's no customers at 8 a.m.
Very good. So after 8 a.m., the restaurant hasn't opened. 0 customers. So it means as at when time, so write this down, equals 0, we have customers is going to be 0. Okay. So now what does this mean? So the next one, okay, if we have letter B, we have C3 equals C. Oh, this is interesting. So what this is saying, hey, when the restaurant was opened at 3 hours, guess what? It had the same amount of customers when it was open at 8 hours. That's what it's saying. So it's saying at 3 hours, we had same number of customers at 8 hours. So saying at 3 hours, the restaurant had the same amount of customers at 8 hours. Okay. Well, let's look at C. So you can tell me about C. I'll let you write that down. Okay, so C asks us, it says C of n equals 29. All right. So let me ask. C of n equals 29 right here. What does the 29 mean? Antonio? This is kind of hard, so I'll walk you through it if you need. What does this 29 mean?
It means 29 customers.
29 customers, yes. So we have 29 customers when? What does the n mean? This is where it gets kind of weird.
The n means how many hours?
Yeah, it means we don't know at some hour, we don't know the hour, but there was an hour when they had 29 customers, right? That's all that's saying. Okay, very good. Very good, Antonio. All right, Austin.
Yeah.
Okay, what does this mean? C13 is less than C12.
13 is the amount of hours.
Yeah.
So, but
You're right. Keep going.
but then the C12 is the amount of hours as well.
Yeah, which one's bigger?
13. But
Look,
it's yeah, but
we'll
it
see
says
them. No, according to this sign here. I mean,
yeah,
13 is
12
bigger
is
than.
bigger. The 12.
Yes. So what this is saying, at 12 hours,
They had more customers.
yes, very good. They had more customers than at 13 hours, which kind of makes sense because 12 is kind of like lunchtime and 13 hours is less as after lunch, right? So probably everyone ate. Anyway, that's how we do all that. Let's see, 13. Okay. We only have a couple more, then we're done, and then we'll make tomorrow easy. So let's try to get this done. So then tomorrow we can I was going to do this tomorrow, but let's try to finish as much up as we can. So let's look at 13. Okay, 13 says h of x is equal to negative 7x, and then it also says h of x is equal to 63. Okay. So that we can figure out what x is. This is actually pretty straightforward. Okay, you have this written down? Notice it says h of x equals negative 7x, and then h of x equals 3. What that means is I can replace, because these are both equal to h of x, I can replace this negative 7x right there. And so I can write this, instead of h of x equals 63, I can say negative 7x equals 63. Okay, so go ahead and write that down. Because they're both equal to h of x, I can set them equal to each other. But now I can solve for x. Because they're both set equal to h of x, I can now set them equal and I can solve for x. Okay? So I'm going to ask you, what is x equal to? Go ahead and solve for x. What is x equal to? Go ahead and solve for x. Ugh. All right, here we go. Let's see. What is x equal to? Let's go with Crystal. Oh, you disappeared on me. Okay. Daniel Mejia, what is x equal to?
What was that?
What is x equal to?
I don't know.
Oh, can you solve this? Remember we did this at the beginning? Maybe you don't. Draw the line. Daniel, what is negative 7 doing to the x right now?
Subtracting.
Well, no, look in between. See how there's nothing in between?
Oh, yeah.
The negative, it's a -7, but it's not subtracting. If it was 8 minus 7, it'd be, if it's in between them, but there's nothing between these two, right? So what is the -7? There's nothing between. Do you know what it's doing?
It's multiplying?
Yeah, multiplying. What's opposite of multiplication?
Division?
So I divide by negative. Very good. Okay, and then those cancel out. Do you know 63 divided by -7?
Mm,
-9?
-9.
Yeah, very good. So so then you could solve it. X equals -9. That was 13. Okay, let's do another one. Thank you, Daniel. Very good. Okay, let's see. Let's go with 13, 15. We only have 2 more and we're done. Okay, so 15. So now they're going to get harder, of course. M of x, let's say M of x equals to 4x plus 15. And then M of x equals 7. Okay, so what do I do with these? They're both equal to M of x. These are both equal to M of x. So what do I do? Remember what I said to do with these? I'm going to put them in orange so you can tell me what to do. All right, Noel, what do you think I do for this? What do I do? Noel, are you there? Huh. Noel! All right, where are I going to look for you now? Did Noel leave? Noel Munoz. Octavio.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, you can hear me? I don't know if my internet's going messed up or not. So you can hear me, Octavio?
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh no, I'm losing it. Okay. Okay. All right, Nicholas Rodriguez, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. All right, I'll just finish these up real quick. Okay, then we'll get done. Sorry about my mic lagging. Okay. See, now I'm lagging. I'm using the excuse it's lagging. Okay, here we go. All right. So these are equal to each other. So to solve, so we can set them, so I can take this, since they're both equal to M of x, I can put it right there. And I can say 4x plus 15 equals 7. All right. And then you just solve for x. You guys remember we just take away 15. 7 minus 15 is -8. That goes away. 4x. Divide by 4. X equals -2. And there you go. That's how you do it. And then 17, I'll get you started on 17, and then I'll let you guys go. You guys have been great. Okay, so 17 is almost done here. Q of x is equal to 1/2 x minus 3, and Q of x equals -4. So remember, they're both equal to Q of x, so we set them equal to each other. 1/2 x minus 3 equals -4. And then you just solve for it. Oops, sorry. I wasn't even showing. Can you guys see my presenting? So they're both equal to Q of x is 1x minus 3. This one's equal to Q of x equals -4. And you set them equal. And then you solve for x. Okay? Anyway, I'll let you guys solve that on your own. Solve it on your own. And are there any questions? Are there any questions? All right, you guys have been great. You know, Friday we should you have the homework that's due. I'll answer any questions if you guys have questions on homework. Otherwise, and if you have questions, you can stay after class. Otherwise, you guys can go. You guys are awesome. Take care. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. You guys hang in there. If you have questions about your grades, you can stay. Bye, Leilani. Bye, Octavio. Bye, Olivia. Bye, Angelina. Bye, Rosie. Bye, Nicholas. Bye, Edgar. Someone asked recordings. I'm gonna send this recording within the hour. I'll get it on within the hour. Bye, Quinlan. Bye, Alberto. I love you. I love you, Quinlan. Love you, Antonio. Crystal. Oh, did I mark you here, Crystal? Don't leave. Did I mark you here? I can't remember. Were you here when I took roll? Crystal, I marked you absent. Got to make sure you stay. Yes, Noel. I'm going to try to get it within the hour. Crystal, I marked you here. Okay.
Bye.
Bye, Elias. You're good? You want to work on some stuff? Or are you good?
Yeah, I'm pretty, yeah, nice.
Nice what? You want to work on stuff? Or you
Good
want
to
to go?
go.
Huh?
Good to go. Have a nice day.
All right. All right, you too, man. Take care.
Yeah.
Hey, Crystal.
Hi. My